episode of Absolutely Long Island. Cheers to happy hour.
Prost.
Yamas.
Salute.
This is a nice rosé we're drinking today from Wolfer. As I said, it's one of my favorite vineyards. You like it?
I love it. Gotta have the wine on Friday night.
Gotta have the wine. Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, all week long.
Yeah.
Anyway, before we get started, just a word about subscribers.
Yes.
We cannot break the 55 and over number of subscribers.
What is your major malfunction, numbnuts?
So if you're watching right now and you haven't subscribed, please go and click on the subscribe button. We would greatly appreciate it. We survive by subscribers.
Exactly. And we had the telethon.
We
and
did.
We got 0 subscribers. 0.
No, we got one.
Oh, we did get
We
one.
got one subscriber from the telethon, and that was a lot of work. That telethon.
That was
I'm
a
telling
lot of
you. So, and a lot of torture for our telethon guy that we had to hire. So,
That's right.
Anyway, today we are going to talk about dating sites. Now, one of our very loyal subscribers wrote in and said, "Can you do a show and rate the dating sites?"
Right.
So now, as we know, she's been on practically every dating site.
Pretty much.
So we were just gonna go give you some negatives, some positives, a couple of different things about the sites, and some funny stories. So let's talk about the different sites that you've been on, pros and cons, if there are pros and cons, of each.
Right. They're mostly cons, pretty much on all of them, but I've been on Match, and Match is the most popular one. So when people talk about online dating, they pretty much think about Match.
Pros. What's a pro of Match?
Pro Match is you have to pay to be a subscriber.
How much?
No way. Get away from me.
How much?
Get away from me.
That's a pro?
So, well, yeah, so men are more serious.
Got it.
If they go on there, they really probably are looking for someone. Most of the sites are free nowadays, but Match is still a paid site.
For male and female.
For male
it's
and
paid.
female.
Okay.
Male
So
and
you know
female.
people, they kind of want to be there because they're paying for it.
Right.
Okay.
Plenty of Fish is also another one.
Free?
Free for women. I think there's a charge for men, but I think it's nominal. J-Date, of course, which I was on many, many years ago.
A fantastic place for Jews who are cheating on their spouses to come to.
Yeah, and I meant to ask you about this. You're on J-Date, which is a date for Jewish singles.
Correct.
You're not Jewish. Did you feel at all guilty or like a fraud?
Hey, you know who lives in this house? A great big phony! That's right, a phony lives here! A big fat phony!
Well, you know, you have to fill out your profile, of course, so I wrote down, I'm not Jewish, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I went on there because I heard from a lot of people that J-Date, the men are more serious.
Oh.
And on Match, they just want to hook up, and J-Date is better for relationships. And if you're looking for, you know, a substantial man.
Hey, man! This is the best looking man in the world. Rip-rap mop and a brim-bram broom and clim-clam clean up the rim-ram room. Cause you've been them babies coming home.
You're more likely to find one on J-Date than some of the other sites. And I did find a couple of decent ones.
Do you
on
think it was
J-Date.
true? Was it true?
I think it was true. I think it was true. And I'm this close to going on again if this man that I'm back with now after 8 years, who I did meet on J-Date, gives me the dump for the third time or whatever, I may just go back on J-Date. The only negative is that I did meet a couple of people on there and they said, look, I really like you, I think you're attractive, this and I'll go out with you, I'll never marry you because you're not Jewish. So that's a negative. Some men do feel that way.
So even though you think it has a good pool of candidates,
Right, yeah.
in the end, they have to be really open,
They have to be open
to not
religion.
dating someone who isn't Jewish.
Exactly.
Okay,
exactly.
all right. So that's...
And I think the older ones don't really care anymore because it's not like they're going to be raising children in a Jewish or Christian household, you know, so I don't really think it's that important. Some of the other ones, Zeus.
Yeah, what is that? Is that new? Zeus?
It's kind of new. I believe a lot of them are kind of owned by Match, and I think Zeus is one of them.
Why would you do
And-
another one? Because it's cheap?
It's free.
What?
It's free.
What?
It's free. And I just kind of stumbled upon it because when I feel like I'm getting stale on some of the sites, I kind of dig deep and I try to find other ones. So
Did you find anyone on Zeus?
Yes.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, the guy that dumped me. If you're a loyal viewer, you know that I had a bad dump over the summer.
Can you give us a hand? No, can you give us? Is that a body? Yes. Jesus Christ! Get it.
With the guy from Delaware, remember?
Oh,
yeah,
he
I
was
met-
a Zeuska
He was
guy.
a Zeusker. Yeah, he was a Zeusker.
Oh, okay.
So, I was crazy about him, as you know. Had a fabulous night. Wednesday, Saturday, done. So, but he was from Zeus.
But do you think that compared to Match, Plenty of Fish,
Yeah.
Zeus, candidates any different at all? I know Match, they might be more serious,
They're
but
very
the
similar.
quality of
Match is
candidate.
a little higher quality.
You
I
do?
have to say.
That's just sad.
It's a little high. It is
Yeah,
sad.
it's
you know,
just-
but
So J-Date you would say number one as the highest quality, perhaps. No,
Perhaps.
most serious.
most serious. Most
Not necessarily
serious.
highest quality, but the most serious.
I think the men are similar to Match on J-Date.
Okay.
But J-Date is more professional Jewish men. So if you want your orthodontist, if you want your gynecologist,
What are some of your symptoms?
It's a little bit tight.
Tight. Give me some pine saw.
if you if you want that, you're more likely to find them on J-Date.
Is that
than
right?
Zeus got Plenty of Fish. Plenty of Fish. You want your fireman like Tim, right? Like we had for the
Telethon, yeah.
telethon. If you want your school teacher, you're probably going to find them more on Plenty of Fish and Zeus. J-Date, more of a professional, clearly, bar none.
Ask me anything you want.
Okay, when is the last time you jacked off?
This morning?
I should go.
And what about Match then?
Okay, Match
Kind of the
is
same.
Kind of the same, but a little less, a little bit below. Like, now that we're talking, I think I'm going to redo my profile right after this and go back on J-Dates. Because I'm getting a little nervous. I don't have plans this weekend with this man that I'm going out with, so I don't know what's happening, so I think I better,
Okay, and what would you say is like the worst,
The
bar
worst.
none, the worst site?
Well, I went on Our Time, which is for 50 plus.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Nightmare.
No, why was it a nightmare?
Oh my God. It was
So was it
horrendous.
80 plus? Is that what it was?
It was like 80 plus or 50 plus looking like 80 plus. There was not one attractive man on there, and I was just like, it was just awful. Absolutely
Our Time,
awful.
so bad.
Bad, don't go on it.
What about Christian Mingle?
Christian Mingle, same thing. I went on that years ago. There was a rape reported on that site. Of course, you know.
Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah.
I didn't really find anyone that I was attracted to or interested in.
You would say bypass that.
I'd say bypass
so,
that.
Our Time, Christian Mingle, bypass.
Yeah.
What about, what site were you telling me about? eHarmony.
eHarmony, the worst.
Of all.
Of all.
Of
so far.
anything. Okay.
Well, there are other sites that I didn't go on. Now, Bumble, I told you about. Only the women can contact the men on there, not vice versa.
That's
so
interesting.
I haven't tried that yet. Tinder has been
That's a
around a
hookup,
while.
right?
That's really a hookup for
That's
younger
hookup
people.
for
It's
younger,
really
yeah,
hookup.
yeah.
Then there's Elite Singles, which I almost went on, but that's also expensive, and I think it's just around Match, so I didn't really want to do that. But that's another one.
Elite
that's-
Singles.
Elite Singles.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you have to have a certain type of qualification?
No, there are no qualifications for any of these things. No matter what they say, it's the same schmoes.
Not a right-wing problem. This is a left-wing.
director
This is a left-wing problem.
Pretty much. It's like, it really is. So
And-
it's tough.
So what about eHarmony? Why did you
So
hate that so
eHarmony,
much?
I hated that because you had to fill out the questionnaire. It's so many questions.
Okay, let me ask you this. What's your favorite color? Do you like driving in a car? You ever had a headshot? What size shoes are you? Would you rather have 6-inch earlobes or 16 belly buttons? When did you lose your virginity?
And I got hooked up with people. Not only were they, at least they were like in Vermont, they were in Massachusetts. They were nowhere even near me. I tried to get my money back because I was so angry. and they were like, well, you have to think out of the box. You have to, you have to change the distance requirement. I'm like, Boston, Virginia? I mean, where am I going to go, to Alaska? I mean, it was just crazy. So they wouldn't give me the money back. And there was one guy I met, I tried it twice. Each time for a 6-month period. I met one guy. He was horrible. I don't think he cared for me at all. He looked like a freak. I never heard from him again. And it's expensive. So,
it is.
Yeah, stay clear. Stay clear unless you really want to travel. Like if you have your Winnebago and you want to just stay in the van and have a date like every weekend, make a road trip, then go on eHarmony. Other than that, when I see that man on, I just want to punch his face. And I think I got off that like maybe 2 years ago, but when I see that commercial, even if I'm alone in my bed or whatever with the kids, I'm like, scumbag, I hate you, you're a liar, this is the worst site. So stay clear.
Away.
Stay clear.
And then you had this other one, this other website. Oh, of course, Cougar Life.
Cougar Life.
Now,
Cougar Life is a little
hysterical.
controversial.
It is controversial.
What are you?
God, you're not too bright. I'm a chicken lady.
A chicken lady.
Gotta get laid, gotta get laid.
Cougar Life, yeah.
I went on that, I actually met somebody on there, which we talked about on the show,
Yeah.
on again, off again, whatever, another total loser. But the only reason why I went on there, it's not like I'm trolling for 25-year-olds.
Everything that guy just said is bullshit.
I dated someone a while ago, and he was 10 years younger than me.
Yeah.
And which I do like them a little bit younger because a lot of men don't take care of themselves.
Right,
like
we
discussed.
talked about
And
that, yeah.
After, once they turn 50, forget about it. And he said he only dated older women.
Okay.
And I said, where do you meet all these people? And he told me about the site, and that's how I found out about it. Not that I was trolling around, but that is, if like a 45-year-old, would approach me on there. But the problem with that site is there are not a lot of 45, 50-year-old men on there. They're either 25, 35.
So too young.
Too young. And believe it or not, there's some 60-year-old men on there that are really they don't know where they are. Like
so
they're
for
totally
them,
on the wrong site.
A cougar for a 65-year-old.
He's an 80-year-old.
Right, that's what I'm saying. 80.
Yeah, so either they're looking for an 80-year-old, or they're just on the wrong side.
I think so. Those are our comments and those are our notes based on the different sites.
And there's some other sites.
Oh, what are the other ones?
Bagel and Cream Cheese.
Bagel and Cream Cheese. Is that like a breakfast meetup?
Yeah,
something like that.
Kind of, and I think it's for younger. My ex-husband's stepsister went on that. She was in her mid-20s, so that's another one. I haven't gone on that
Bagel
one.
and Cream Cheese.
Right, and then there was one called Chemistry. I don't even know it's still around. I met a guy on there.
You did?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Was he normal?
Well, as normal as they are.
The difficult thing about being a mass murderer isn't the murdering part, it's the mass part. It's the pace you've got to keep up, the sheer volume of murdering.
As normal as can be. I mean, he was, half normal. I mean, he was the one, like, I think 3 dates in, he bought me, like, one of those toys that we talked about when we were unraveling.
Oh, I never heard this story.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was purple, too.
Purple?
Yeah.
Did you throw it out? Did you hit him with it? What did you do? Did you still have it?
But he tried to do me a favor because he was going to be traveling a lot.
Get out of here.
So he says. So he said.
All right.
But I met him on Chemistry. Now that I think about that, I had blocked out the whole purple thing, but it came back to me. But
So your advice: stay away from eHarmony, Christian Mingle,
Yeah.
and what's the other one?
Well, Cougar Life, unless you're
Cougar
really
Life,
just looking to
yeah.
hook up and have fun.
Yeah.
Which is not such a horrible thing sometimes. And I think.
Oh, and what was the other one? Our Time. Stay away from that.
Our Time.
So
Very
those
bad.
are really the bad ones. The other ones are, relatively okay.
Yeah. And if you're really looking to land, the orthodontist, I suggest JD.
Okay. All right. On those words, we will close and say thank you again for tuning in. We will see you on another episode of Absolutely Long Island. Have a wonderful weekend, guys. Bye-bye. And subscribe.
laid. Gotta get laid.